And we are live. Welcome, mystery and thriller fans. I'm your on-air host and author, Sara DiVell, and I am so excited to welcome tonight writing team, double the trouble and twice the fun, Kendra, Elliot, and Melinda Leigh, joining us from Washington and Florida, here to give us the inside scoop the night before the book comes out on Echo Road. Ladies, welcome. Tell us about this book.
Thanks for having us. I'm actually in Oregon, not Washington.
Oh, so sorry.
That's okay. Echo Road, we've taken my Mercy Kilpatrick character and Melinda Leigh's Bree Taggert character, both of whom have their own individual series, and we brought them together for an investigation. It starts off as a double murder in Melinda's territory in New York, where her Bree Taggert is a sheriff, and my character in Oregon is an FBI agent who realizes that there's something going on in New York that may be related to her missing person investigation in Oregon. So she travels over there to find out if it's what is happening. And the story is about these two women learning to work together and solving a murder, finding a serial killer.
Yay! All right. Well, a murder and a mystery is our jam, so we are in the right place. So I can't wait to get into every delicious detail. But first, I just want to welcome everyone because we are broadcasting live to 8 different destinations across Facebook and YouTube. So hey, mystery and thriller loving friends, no matter where you're watching from, you're in the right place. This is the right time. It is Mystery Monday because Mondays can be murder. We're going to make it a little less painful and get your week off to a killer start. So if you've been here before, you know how it works. And if you're new, welcome, friends. Here's how it works. Every Monday, I give you my handpicked featured authors, and you get to ask them anything. So ask these writers about their writing process, their creative process, how the heck they collaborate, the title, the book cover, how they come up with the idea, all the questions that you have. This is the time to get them answered. And let's jump right into the comments. We have Kim joining us from Facebook saying, hello, book friends. Hey, book friend. Welcome. We have Erin joining us from Facebook saying, hi, Kendra and Melinda. Absolutely loved Echo Road. Yay. Welcome, Erin.
Our favorite super fan.
Yay. Erin, so great to see your name pop up. We have Crystal joining us from Facebook saying, can't wait. 2 of my favorite characters. Crystal, welcome. We have Robin saying, I just quickly scanned the blurb. Holy cow. Hello from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Robin, so great to have you back as always. We have Michelle joining us from Facebook saying, I'm so excited to read this book. Yay. Well, Michelle, wait no longer because the book is out tomorrow. And Kendra and Melinda are here to give us the inside scoop. So let's start with where the idea came from. 2 bodies in a suitcase. That's so dark. How'd you think of that?
Kendra and I were actually at a conference and we had an idea to bring these characters together into a book, but we couldn't figure out how to do the logistics of a case because Kendra's character is on the West Coast and my character, I'm sorry about that.
We love 4-legged friends. She's barking excitedly. It's the tension that's getting to her. It's working.
Anyway, so my character's on the East Coast and Kendra's character's on the West Coast. So we could not figure out how to bring them together. So, we saw a presentation about a case that gave us a concept of how it would work. And that's how we brought, the opening scenes anyway. That's what inspired. She just had to come in and tell me.
Exactly. She's like, listen, if there's an intruder, you're going to thank her later. We cannot blame the guard dog for guarding the castle. That is their job. Robin says it all. This is a critter friendly group. Exactly, Robin. Well said. Erin, welcome to the conversation saying, hey there, I loved it. Yay. Robin saying, congratulations on your pub day. Kendra, how are you going to celebrate?
I need to write. I'm behind on a deadline. I've got a book to write, and that's kind of how I celebrate most of my pub days. Working on the next.
What about you, Melinda? How are you going to celebrate?
I'm also working on another book, so that's what I'll be doing tomorrow.
We're bored.
Erin says she was struggling to read anything in March. Oh, those writing slumps are so brutal, right, Erin? And she says, and I started the Bree Taggert series in anticipation of this book. I read 7 Bree books in a row. Erin,
Yay! That's what I want to hear. Yay!
That must be a record. Yay! And someone else is asking if they haven't read any of the Bree books, can they start on this one?
Certainly.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So you both write separately. You're each writers in your own right, but you collaborate as this writing team. Melinda, who came up with that idea and how does it work? Do you go chapter by chapter? Does one person take the first pass and one person take the second pass? What are the nitty-gritty details?
So for Echo Road, what we did was we split up the POVs. So Kendra wrote from her character's point of view and I wrote from mine. And some, for the most part, they do alternate chapters, but that kind of depends on the story and what was the right format for that.
So when because you are each in charge of your own characters, you're like, no, this is what she would do. And you're like, no, this is what she would do. But what about the direction of the narrative arc? If if you disagree, Kendra, what do you do about that? Do you flip a coin? Do you Jello wrestle? How's it go?
Well, Melinda and I are really easygoing. Neither of us have big egos. And we're just excited that someone else has an idea. When you're writing alone, it's all up to you and you struggle to come up with an idea. It's so nice to have someone to bounce ideas off of. So, if one of us had an idea, usually we would just run with it. Occasionally we had to stop and work out some, logistic type things. But I don't think we ever, we are not doing that sort of thing. That never happened.
Oh my gosh. So one of the things I have hosted, I don't know how many writing teams I've hosted, definitely not as many as solo writers, but a good chunk. And when Leigh Child and Andrew Child were on, Leigh said that the best thing about co-writing with his brother was that Andrew was the only other person who cared so deeply about the book as he did. So, and I thought, oh my God, that's so nice. I yearn for that because he's like, we can literally spend an hour on the phone discussing the use of a certain word. Should it be walked or strolled or marched or shuffled or run? But he's like, and nobody else cares that much. Everyone else is like, you're boring me, Leigh, whereas Andrew's like, no, it should be strolled. Definitely strolled. So I think that sounds so wonderful and supportive. Melinda, what do you think the best part of co-writing is?
Definitely having someone to discuss plot issues with. Usually you're all by yourself in this vacuum, trying to pluck ideas out of thin air. And, for this book, it was wonderful. I could just call or message Kendra and just say, hey, we're here. Now what? When we would just start brainstorming, but 2 brains are definitely better than 1.
What about you, Kendra? What do you think the best part is?
I definitely 2 people working on 1 book. It goes so much faster. Watching that word count jump every single day, twice as much as what happens when I'm writing by myself. That was amazing. And that got us excited. And we just kept going through. We're both really good about respecting the other person's character. We would ask each other, what would your character say here? What would your character do here? That sort of thing. And so we never really had a problem with that. Sometimes occasionally be like, yeah, she's not going to say that. Change it to this. And the other person's like, okay, perfect.
Oh, this sounds like such a wonderful collaboration. Suzette, welcome to the conversation, saying, I love when you both collaborate. I have read everything you both have written, and I can't wait to read Echo Road. Oh, Suzette, thank you so much. And what a perfect lead in, because you guys, the book is out tomorrow and Melinda and Kendra are coming in tonight to give us the inside scoop the night before the book comes out. And you can pre-order it from our very favorite woman-owned independent bookstore. That is, of course, Murder by the Book. So whether you're joining us tonight on Facebook or YouTube, here is that link to click and pre-order tonight. And the good folks at Murder by the Book will send this out to you first thing tomorrow morning. So get your little fingers clicking and get your mitts on Echo Road, and you can immerse yourself in this book. Let's get back to the questions. John joining us from YouTube saying greetings from Northeast Ohio. Hey, John, great to have you tonight. Erin saying, I do not like to read out of order books at all, but Echo Road stands on its own and can be read without reading the others about the characters. And it is hard for me to say that. Erin, I'm the same. I'm OCD. If there's a first one, I got to read all of them. I totally get it. So thank you for letting me know that this is one that is an exception. Robin says, normally I would prefer to start a series from the beginning, but sometimes I find a new to me book in a series and I jump right in, at least far enough to see if I want to find the other books and start from the beginning. Ooh, Robin, crafty. I love that. A discriminating reader. You got to earn that from Robin. Ladies, I'm going to jump into some of the awesome praise that this book has earned. Let's kick off here with Robert Dugoni, the best-selling author of the Tracy Crosswhite series, who's been on for his last 3 books, has been on the show. And he says, gripping. I'm going to pop this up so we can all read it together. Grisly, gripping, and riveting. 2 brilliant law enforcement pros joined forces to hunt a twisted serial killer. Elliot and Leigh have created a page-turning, edge-of-your-seat thriller that kept me up late. I recommend. Did you send him any coffee to his lack of sleep?
No, but we did send him a coffee mug. Right?
We did.
We mug, you get down, you drink your coffee, you get down to the bottom, and in the bottom it says, you've been poisoned.
Oh my God, I love it. Oh my God, I need that mug. That is fantastic. And he's your fellow Pac Northwester. I always get Oregon and Washington mixed up.
Yeah, he's a friend.
Oh my gosh, Robin is saying Bob. Yes, exactly. King Bob. Robin went on a mission to Left Coast Crime after seeing Bob on Mavens and got him to sign her book. We sent her on a mission and she went to sign her book and she reported back, but Bob signed it to Sara. It was the funniest story. Oh my goodness. Michelle joining us from Facebook saying, I am the mayor of a city in Sutherland, Oregon. I have read all of the books and I was wondering if either of you would be interested in coming and doing an author talk. Margaret Mizushima came and it was very successful.
I can do that. I know where Sutherland is. That would be quite the haul for Melinda to do that. Message me through Facebook or my website and we can talk about it.
Oh, how wonderful. And thank you for joining us, Mayor Denver. And thank you for being a woman in politics. We appreciate you. We need more of that. Jane is joining us from Facebook saying, we need that mug. We need that mug. Okay, I'm going to... Amazon. You have to, I'm going to post the link, Jane. I'm going to post the link because I need that mug. That is freaking amazing. Elizabeth joining us from Facebook saying, hi, ladies. What are some of your favorite authors? Melinda, we're going to put you in the hot seat first.
Lately, I've been enjoying all of Greg Hurwitz's Orphan X books. I blew through that whole series.
Wow. What about you, Kendra?
Same thing. We both kind of blew through those together. We were doing a appearance with him and we hadn't met him before. And we thought, we probably should read one of his books before we meet him. And we picked up one and I was like, wow, these are absolutely fantastic. But I will always buy Lee Child, Robert Crace, Harlan Coben, Tammy Hogue,
Lisa Gardner.
Yeah.
Lisa's been on the show 3 times. I love Lisa. Let's jump into this bit of praise from Tess Gerritsen. She says 1 ruthless serial killer plus 1 FBI agent plus 1 homicide detective equals a propulsive game of cat and mouse that kept me glued to the page and checking my locks. Echo Road maps the darkness of a human heart and the light of female friendship. I absolutely loved that review and love Tess Gardner. She's been on for her last few books and just received the Thriller Master Award at ITW's Thriller Fest a few weeks ago in New York. So what a pleasure to see this woman who's at the top of her game praising you so beautifully.
I love her books.
Me too.
I love her books. The Spy. Did either of you read The Spy Coast?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Isn't it fantastic?
Yes.
Can't wait for the second one.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the second one. Elizabeth is saying dog photobomb. Melinda's dog keeps photobombing it, and I am absolutely here for it. I can't wait until she jumps up into the chair and it grabs the mic. Erin saying Tammy Hogue has a new book coming out this year. Oh, thanks for the tip. Let's check out this bit of praise from Leigh Goldberg, who's been on for his last 4 books as well. Leigh had some wonderful things to say. He says, what do you get when you pair up 2 genre masters? A double barrel blast of crime fiction awesomeness. So, ladies, as both solo and this writing team duo, what do you think is the secret to writing a double barrel blast of crime fiction awesomeness? I'm asking for a friend as a friend is me. I seek to be awesome. Melinda, over to you first.
I don't know. Be friends with Leigh, I guess.
Okay, Kendra, what about you? Tell us the secret to double barrel blast of awesomeness.
2 of us, 2 brains, I think.
Oh, I love it.
That is what, definitely.
I love it. Do you, without any spoilers, because we don't allow spoilers here, obviously, do you have a favorite scene in the book? Melinda, over to you first.
No spoilers. Let's see. I like the scene where Mercy and Bree first meet.
Yeah, that's good.
There's
a little bit of conflict. Yeah, there's a little bit of conflict there. It was kind of fun to write because we didn't know how we were going to do that. It just we just let it happen organically as we wrote the book.
2 women, they don't know each other. They don't trust each other, but they have to work together.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I really liked the black moment, because it just kept going on and on and on. And it was so great to have someone else say, well, let's have this happen next. I'm like, oh, yes, keep going. So it's wonderful.
Erin wants to know, will we get another Mercy and Bree book? Ooh, Erin, going for the good question.
Maybe. We have not started one. The hard part is finding time in our schedules that coincide. We both have our own books we have to write. We have contracts we have to meet. So finding a couple months together, that's the hard part.
Got it. Let's take a peek at this praise from Jess Lowry. She says, Elliot and Leigh bring their formidable talents to this addictive thriller. The voices blending seamlessly to create a provocative page turner with heart. Suspense readers have won the lottery with this one. That is from Jess Lowry, author of most recently The Taken Ones. Congratulations on that. And she is not the only one raving. Let's take a look at this from Rachel Halsell Hall, who's been on for her last 2 books as well. And she says, intense, propulsive, exhausting, but that good can't stop reading kind of exhausting. The rooting for justice kind of exhaustion. The kick-ass women kicking ass kind of exhaustion, which is my favorite kind of exhaustion. Rachel Halsell Hall, New York Times bestselling author, weighing in with those words. How do you balance the keeping the foot on the gas pedal to keep the tension propulsive, as Rachel said, but not exhausting the reader? Because if it's on the whole time, if you're not balancing it with those quieter moments, you are going to exhaust the reader and also desensitize them to the octane overload. How do you find that balance? Melinda, over to you.
Sometimes I think pacing is just something that is natural to me. I really don't have to think about it very much when I write. I think when I just read it, like my reader brain knows, when some action is needed and when I've exhausted the reader a little bit too much and we need to go back and do some a little bit of quieter character development moments. But I think that's just from reading a lot of books.
Yeah. And that's exactly what I focus on too, is, it's time, to go inside the character's brain a little bit, test their relationship with another person, because both of us like to write really deep characters and their relationships with people. So it's not constantly action. It's good character development.
Melinda, you said you think that is from reading a lot. Do you think it's also from writing? Is that something you developed as a writer over the course of how many books have you written?
I don't know exactly, 40-ish.
40. So did you feel that way at the beginning as well?
No, not really. I guess reading and writing does help. And also having a really good developmental editor that I've been working with for a number of years. And she is, I hear her voice in the back of my head while I'm writing all the time now. I'm like, nope. Is this moving the plot forward? That's my favorite thing to think of. I hear that voice in the back of my head. So sometimes I just correct myself before it gets to her now. She won't probably disagree, but.
What about you, Kendra?
I have the same editor. It was just something that naturally came to me too. It wasn't ever something I had to work on. And this same editor had told me, you seem to do it naturally. I honestly don't have to think about it.
That is so great. Melinda, Michelle says, I love reading books with female police leads. Where do you research police procedure? Over to you first, Melinda.
I have been to Writers Police Academy a number of times. That's an event that gets held once a year. That's really fun. I have a lot of books too. And over the years have developed some contacts as well. So I have a variety of sources to go to. And a lot of it I just know now. I try to keep up on what's current, but I don't always have to research everything. Although there are some things for some reason I just can't keep up and keep in my head, and I need to look up every single book.
YouTube's a great resource too.
Yeah. What do you find yourself having to look up every single time, Melinda?
Like details on autopsy details and the fine details where you have to know exact hours and exact levels and exact numbers. I can never remember them, so I have to look them up every time I write an autopsy scene.
When you're trying to figure out how long that corpse has been there, it's like, oh, okay, I got to look up the chart. What's the temperature? How long has it been?
Renee says, wait a minute, Police Academy. How does one get to go to Writers Police Academy? Where is it and located? Yeah, where is it and what is it?
It's in Wisconsin. It's held by a former police detective, and you don't have to be a writer to go. And that's what it's called, Writers Police Academy. You can find the website. They just had it in June, so it won't be on again until next summer. But he does do online courses throughout the year, so some of that might be available. But it's so fantastic. It's packed with police officers, first responders that come in, and they teach classes on everything. You get to hold the guns. You get to shoot the guns. You get to drive the police car and learn how to do a pit maneuver where you drive into someone that you're chasing and make their car spin. Yeah, it's very hands-on. A lot of lecture part too, though.
Wait, did you get to drive the police car? Did you drive the police car? Did you spin it?
Yeah, we did.
Oh my God, that sounds so fun.
It was really cool.
They let us do they let us do that shoot don't shoot simulator too. That's really fun.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Michelle's saying that is very cool. That is very cool. And your profile picture with all those coyotes are very cool. Or is that a wolf? Very cool. I'm obsessed with wolves. Thank you for these questions. Renee saying she would love to go to that. Oh my gosh, Renee, we're going to send you. Okay, we sent Robin to Left Coast Crime for the Bob mission, for the Bob Dugoni mission. Renee, we're going to send you to Police Writers Academy, and that'll be your mission. I love it. Oh, it is a wolf. Okay, good. Those are wolves. Thank you for letting me know, Michelle. Okay, perfect. We had some questions where all the people are laughing on Facebook. We had some questions submitted in advance. Let's get to a few of those. Anne wants to know, what is your best advice for an aspiring author such as herself? Anne, thanks for the question. Over to you first, Melinda.
Just write. Sit down and write that book. There's really it's a learn by doing activity. There's really no way to learn other than doing it.
Mm-hmm. I agree, 100%. Sit down, write the book. Take classes, online classes, join writing groups.
And how long did it take you to write this book, Melinda?
This book, Echo Road, we wrote this
Mhm.
book in 7 weeks.
Oh my God,
I know,
7
it
weeks?
Yeah.
was absolutely absurd.
That is absurd. How many days, how many hours were you at your desk per day?
Not that many. It
Not.
went really fast.
Maybe 3. You get burned out pretty quick, but 3 or 4 hours probably.
Typing, but then more plotting, more plotting and discussion.
Yeah.
There might have been wine.
A little bit.
And how long does it take to write a book by yourself? Melinda, first over to you, then over to you, Kendra.
I'm usually about 4 months now.
Yeah, I was turning
5.
in a book every 6 months for a long time. Part of that is downtime, a part of that is editing the previous book.
Right.
So 4 months is about right. Sometimes when I'm behind, it turns into 3 months or less.
Wow. So 7 weeks is fast even for you. And 6 months seems really fast even to me. Wow. Renee saying that is crazy. Oh my God, so crazy. I will be thinking about that for the next 7 weeks. In which time you will probably write your next one. Robin saying, LOL, there might have been wine. Elizabeth saying 7 weeks. Can you swing that, Sara? I cannot, Elizabeth. I cannot. Mine took me 10 years. So that would not be possible for me. Renee saying, did you stay up 24 hours per day for 7 weeks? Yeah. So no, they're saying they were only actively working. Wait, so each of you were at your desk, so 3 hours each. So that's 6 hours combined per day.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Still,
We didn't kill ourselves. Yeah.
They're a well-oiled machine. 40 books in for Melinda and Kendra. How many books in are you?
I think 33.
Something.
2. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know 11 novellas and 20 something novels.
Wow. And have you gotten faster or it's always been this fast?
I have gotten slower, actually. I do not turn in books every 6 months anymore. Now it's more like 9 months.
Why do you think you've gotten slower?
I wanted to. I got really burned out writing writing a book every 6 months. And plus we would do a novella also. I asked for more time, but I find myself, waiting till the very last 3 or 4 months to actually do some writing. I don't spend 9 months working on it.
And when you found yourself, how many years in did you find yourself being burned out?
8.
And then how long did it take you to regenerate and how did you regenerate?
It's kind of hard because I got burned out right around the time COVID hit. And one of my kids was going through a very serious medical thing that lasted a really long time. So having those two things kind of along with my burnout. But I think there was 2 years between releases for me during that time.
What about you, Melinda? Have you ever suffered from burnout and what did you do about it when you could?
I have, but not, I have gone from 6-month books to 8-month books. Again, what's important for me is I still write the book in 4 months or so, and then it's a month editing, but I can take a month or so off and kind of just spend that time letting the next book simmer in my brain instead of having to just sit down and crank another book out. So I'm finding that little bit of an extension in time period really nice.
Right, because for you, that's 30% of the time. Like to go from 6 months to 8 months sounds like, oh, it's only an extra 2 months, but that's 30%, 33% of your productivity time.
Right.
Robin saying, yes, take more time and take care of yourself. Elizabeth saying she is loving this behind the scenes writing stuff here. It is so great, right? We just had such a great conversation with Robin Geigel about behind the scenes writing stuff. I love this. Okay, Renee wants to know, will you be writing together again? If so, how often?
I think definitely.
Yeah.
We just don't know when, and we have several ideas we've been kicking around. We're not quite sure what we're going to write yet, whether it's going to be another Mercy Bree book or say 2 other characters that we already have, or we also have an idea for something completely original.
Ooh.
It's a matter of just getting the time.
We have a related question. Crystal wants to know, will there be a few of the supporting characters in this book?
In Echo Road, Mercy's husband shows up. Mercy's sidekick. Oh dear, what's his name? Yes, there will be a couple of characters you will recognize from my Mercy series.
And the book takes place in Bree Taggert's world, so a lot of her characters are in there.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Beck, welcome to the conversation. Joining us from Facebook saying, wow, how amazing to see you both here. I can't wait for Echo Road. Sue joining us from Facebook saying, hi, Kendra and Melinda. I can't wait to read Echo Road. I love your books, Melinda. I haven't read any of yours yet, Kendra, but I will definitely check them out. And what would be a good book to start with?
I would say A Merciful Death. That's the first book in my Mercy Kilpatrick series. Good place to start.
Erin is saying Ava and Morgan.
We talked about that. Those are two of our characters.
She says Mercy's sidekick is Evan Bolton. Man, Erin, you are on it. Like, I need you as my co-host, Erin. Thank you. Yay! I think it's just so great that we're to see two such accomplished writers in your own right, collaborating here. You know, Melinda, you've sold over 14 million books. Kendra, you have sold over 12 million books and been a 3-time winner of the Daphne du Maurier Award, hitting the Wall Street Journal top 10 bestseller list more than a dozen times. So how fabulous to see such incredibly accomplished women and writers in their own right collaborating together on Echo Road out tomorrow. Michelle saying they are all wonderful. Renee saying, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Yes, thank you guys so much for coming on to give us the inside scoop on Echo Road out tomorrow. And here again is that link to pre-order from our favorite woman-owned independent bookstore. That is, of course, Murder by the Book. And whether you're watching with us tonight on Facebook or YouTube, here is that link to click and pre-order. And the good folks at Murder by the Book will ship this out to you first thing tomorrow morning. Michelle saying, I'm so happy that two of my favorite books are combined. What a perfect note to end on. Michelle, thank you so much for that lovely note. Ladies, thank you so much for coming on and joining us. Happy writing. Congratulations on this wonderful collaboration. And we will look forward to welcoming you back for your and seeing what your next collaboration will be.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
My pleasure. All right, y'all, that is a wrap on Mystery Monday. I hope your week is off to a killer start. And I'll be back with you next Monday. May the pages and the days fly by until then.